Go. Round 6, the Collegiate Overwatch Championship here. Saints dropping in their earlier round with a 2-1 to Harrisburg University. Now, Kennesaw State going to be the next opponent. This time, Kezin, Default, Prototyper, Kablooey, and Clash going to be your 5 for Kennesaw State. And as this first point opens up, we've actually got a Nepal game on our hands here, Amanda. No Lijiang today at all. That's going to, it feels good as someone who sees Lijiang every single time we've got Overwatch here on the stream.
Absolutely. We are going to see that Ramatra coming through today, which is interesting. I know Ball definitely is slightly more powerful than him right now, so it's a little bit of a weird matchup if Squeak can pull this off.
Squeak might be able to shut down Clash. Clash makes it out with a little bit of healing from that Lucio as well. Back onto the point. Default has been out of the fight for a while, but the Saints, still got a lot of these Saints on the rotation. Squeak so fast getting to those health packs on the ball. Emran, that's the ultimate you're looking for.
Emran already with that ulti. Love to see it. Gonna just fire off some rockets to spawn, see if he can catch anything, but not gonna find anything. Looks like we are just gonna see everybody regroup and get ready for the next team fight.
Look at that angle. Emran's actually just able to charge up a good amount of ult just from the splash damage there, getting all the way up to 30, now almost 40%. And when you have the damage boost from that Mercy as well, Kablooey might actually find themselves getting picked off here, but is able to slip away in time on that Lucio. No one really checking Emran yet. No really hit scan to be able to do that from the side of Kennesaw. You're going to rely on Clash just hitting a very, very well-placed railgun shot. They are actually not going to be able to grab the point just yet. The contest does come through. The mines come down from Squeak, and the Saints not ready to give up this point. 43% on it thus far. Kennesaw fractions, pixels away from grabbing up this point, but they do shut down Prototyper there on the Diva. Put him into baby mode and shut him down as Emran. Crime going to be playing a... I'm waiting for some next angle from Crime, and then they're just going to drop the pulse bomb down from above. You've got the Justice here available from Emran as well. The question is, will they find them? Prototyper shut down very quickly off of that. Baby Diva and Mech shut down with one ability. 73% now. No tank available for the side of Kennesaw State. Round 1 might be going over to the Saints. You've got 20% to work with here, Kennesaw. You have to make this happen next, but look at the ultimates from the side of the Saints. 2 great ultimates for Stall. You do have 4 available from Kennesaw, however.
That is true. We could
now.
see all 5 being used this fight, potentially. We're going to see the double Kitsunes come through.
Kitsune versus Kitsune. It's actually the beat drop to come through from Kennesaw State as well. They do grab that point up in the end, something they've been trying their hardest to do for a while here. As Squeak, do you make it to that health pack? You actually do, but Clash on this overclock is able to pick off 2. That's both Arjunk and Emran fall in the end there. Crime, you do have the rewind ready, brings it back to 90 health. You take that Diva out of mech, but you're so low on this site. Squeak is going to fall to the environment there. Prototyper just going to... honestly, at that point, just trying to get mech back, I feel like. It's
just reset at that point.
Not worth just waiting so long and even giving away more ultimate percentage over towards those Saints.
Yeah, I think Overwatch is one of the only games where you'll see people purposefully jump off the map.
Yeah. No, honestly, Squeak drops the mines down on point. 2 picks come off immediately after the mines are dropped. Kezin and Clash, that's both DPS down from Kennesaw State. Saints, you've shut down 1, you've shut down 2. That's a wipe to come through. Kezin and Clash not going to make it there in time. Overtime, all going to be for the Saints. 1-0 here on Nepal. That's going to be first point secured from the Saints. Kennesaw, from a very, very long way to go, Kennesaw was able to make it through with those 5 ultimates, but they had to burn all 5 ultimates to grab the initial capture, and they weren't able to hold it for long enough, not before the Saints came back out of their spawn with even more ultimates under their belt.
We're going to see Redx swap to that Brig that he's been playing today, been doing great. Actually lied, looks like he's going to stick with the Mercy. Arjunk on the Kyurko again, Emran on that Pharah. But we're going to see Crime on the Symmetra, but that could just be to teleport out of spawn.
Yeah, you'd assume it's just for those quick TPs, get everyone there faster,
Yeah.
and Crime back to the Tracer. So this seems to be the comp that the Saints are most comfortable with. The only difference really from our previous weeks is seeing this Pharmacy kind of just back in play in general. We hadn't seen it for a long time, and it's Emran and Redix to be that duo this time.
Whoa.
Flash falls default as well. Kablooey to Crime as Emran from behind, putting in so much damage onto Prototyper. Actually knocks off the Diva as well. Huge environmental kill, and now you're able to just keep warding off this spawn. You've got such long-range poke here as this Pharah, and your only concern on this other side is just getting double headshot by Clash there on the Cassidy. Other than that, Pharah's not really concerned about anything else from this Kennesaw State team.
Definitely not. Redx gonna just help out here, but Kezin gonna take out Crime. So we are down one member on the side of St. Clair.
There's the flank from Squeak. Clash, is he going to get shut down in the end? That's a huge cleanse to come out from the Kiriko, back to full health. Clash has yet to be taken down. This Cassidy on the point. Will you be able to take them down is the question. Squeak finally is able to get that damage through. Now you're chasing down both supports all the way to the spawn. Arjunk to finish off Kablooey there. The rotate out, or the TP out from Default as Kennesaw State giving up a lot of percent here, but can't make that push just past their spawn. It's just this absolute chaos that is created by Squeak on this ball, and then you have these long range, this AoE damage to come through from Emran. You've got damage boost on it from the Mercy. Right now, this comp looking unstoppable from the Saints.
Oh, that was so close. I thought he was going to fall off for a second there.
Look how fast, just flies by, drops the mine, and is out like nothing happened. And now Kennesaw State has such a tough time maneuvering around this site as there's just an actual minefield on the control point.
Yeah, that is definitely tough for them. Emran going to get taken out there, as well as Squeak. This could be difficult for the Saints. Crime just going to back up there, let them have it, group up with the team. Overwatch is a game about team fights, so if you take anything with one, maybe two less members, good luck.
Yeah, good luck against a Deadeye as well if you're Crime trying to dip and dive out of the way, dip, duck, dodge, and dive as Clash actually goes in for his third kill of this team fight. The staggers are really good from Kennesaw right now, actually, too. It's going to leave the Saints a couple more seconds behind as they wait for all these respawns. Squeak knocking out Prototyper. Prototyper has this Diva Bomb available as well. You got to be very wary of that if you're the Saints. The B-Trop does come through from Kablooey. Nobody from Kennesaw going to fall in the foreseeable future as Emran getting dangerously low. Prototyper chasing them down. This Diva putting in so much damage in melee range there as Squeak forced on that rotation once again. It's 30% over to Kennesaw with no contestation from the Saints. Have to regroup, have to maybe wait for some ultimates here, but look at Kennesaw. You've still got that Diva Bomb in hand. You still have the Pulse Bomb. You're not concerned, at least when it comes to damage here. Possibly, though, no more survivability as that beat drop was used from Kablooey last fight.
Yeah, gonna see Squeak just causing some mayhem here. And see if he can get a kill or to boop somebody off the map. Prototyper gonna use that bomb. Not gonna get anything, but enough to zone the point for just a second. However, Saints are just gonna keep that point. Crime gonna take out two with that Pulse Bomb.
Double Pulse Bomb on the point. That should be the capture to come back for the Saints. Kezin does find the kill onto Reddick, so that's going to leave one support out of the picture for a while, but you saw how well Arjunk can sit in the back on that Kiriko, get those long-range heals. They're not as consistent or as burst as I'd say maybe Mercy has, although I wouldn't consider Mercy to have burst healing to begin with, but it's still super, super valuable as that support, as that Kiriko to just constantly toss in the patches or the cards there. I'm not even sure what really she's throwing at you, but saving them nonetheless. This, we saw Emran just putting in damage. As if you let the... Yeah, that's when he knocks them off, I believe. Yeah, if you let that Pharah just get in close range, I mean, what are you going to do against it? You're getting direct hit by these rockets over and over again, and you only have a Diva to try and shut them down. It's realistically not enough damage if there's a Mercy on top of them as well, but that's going to be 1-0 on that first map. The Saints taking it pretty easily after 2 rounds.
It looks like our next game is going to be on Blizzard World. Going to be going into that in just a few seconds here. Should be interesting. Again, another hybrid map. Blizzard World, now it's rainy. In Overwatch 1, it was not. It was like beautiful
Yeah.
sunny day. Now it's like, oh,
Sad-
park's closed.
Sad Blizzard World.
Yeah.
A
It's like
lo-
going to Disney when it's rainy, you know?
Yeah, it's like everyone's hiding inside, like
Yeah.
waiting for it to stop. But in the end, it's nice to just see a map flip up. I mean, we don't see Blizzard World that much. How many times have we seen, whether it be Kings Row or I believe Paraíso is the other one that most of these teams will pick up as that second map, and possibly if Kennesaw State can take this one, we move into a third map. And I mean, we've seen completely wild maps to come through today. Maybe we'll see something like a Route 66 instead of Circuit Royale or something of the sort, but realistically, you got to focus on the game ahead of you. Kennesaw on the attack to start, looking to pick up pretty well that same comp, just not going to actually secure that Ashe in the end. It's going to be swapped out for that Widowmaker. Going to see if Clash can put in the work, because realistically, that Widowmaker is there to shut down Emerin and nothing else.
Yeah. Emerin gonna take a chunk out of his health there from that Widow. Not gonna be able to do much about that. Might have to swap off the Pharah, actually. Squeak hiding and getting some damage here.
Squeak a little bit over-aggressive to start there. That's going to leave the choke pretty well wide open, as you've got no more tank for to tank any more damage there at the choke. No more disruption from that ball as well. Squeak on the hamster ball. The one thing that I have noticed is, I mean, you do have the speed to make it back to this point in time, possibly, as Squeak looks like they're going to take the high ground in the end, but you do still want to contest this point as much as possible. I don't think you want to just leave this point to be captured immediately. I mean, we saw what happened on Kings Row up against Harrisburg there. Squeak, Emerin finds a double. Squeak takes down Kablooey as well. That's the hold you were looking for. They only found two. Wave the salute to the Diva as they fall away, and Kezin just has to wait here for the rest of the team to respawn.
Poor Prototyper getting waved away like that.
Bye-bye.
I love just like any sort of ball play like that where they're just
anytime there's an environmental kill to come through from the ball, it just makes me laugh a little bit. You can't help but chuckle when you see this giant mech just get bopped off by this little hamster ball that's swinging around at Mach 5, and you just fall off the map and have nothing else to do, and you just kind of have to accept it as you fall. Emerin trying to get very swift on that movement, knocks himself away with his own concussive blast, but Clash following up on that is going to be able to take him out of the air. Now Squeak up top here looking to continue contesting this one. There's the knockup, but not enough shield to work with. Squeak falls immediately once again, and that's going to be first point grab by Kennesaw State. Now you're looking at this payload push.
Yeah, Prime gonna take out Kezin there real quick. We're about even. Oh, Emerin tries to get the Diva there, but it's not gonna work out.
Interesting ultimate there. Emerin getting a little overconfident that he would just be able to shut down Prototype. Prototype flies out of there like nothing happened. Squeak now has to get in, maybe, you know, make up for a bit of what Emerin lost on that ultimate. He's able to find two in the end. Clash and Default down. Can you shut down Kablooey as well? Follow him down to the ground. There's the ground pound. Shuts them down. Now there's only two players near this point. It's Kezin on the Tracer to be shut down, and now you're staggering the Diva as well. This is going to be a good hold at the start from the Saints here, but look at the ultimate from Kennesaw State. They're just waiting to have 5 players up. They're just waiting to absolutely tear apart the Saints here, whether it be with Bob, whether it be with that Diva Bomb, or just start a Kitsune Rush and get your attack speed going, because they've got options here with the amount of ultimates they have in the back pocket.
Yeah, looks like Kennesaw State is doing a pretty good job of holding off the Saints right now on the payload, being able to kind of pick off like 2 or 3, force them to regroup. Although Squeak likes to be sneaky, gonna hide from that Lucio.
See, this is just what makes me laugh. It's like you're playing a tank, but he positions himself like he's a Tracer, just waiting for the one little execution and then to rewind out of there, except he just rolls his way out of there on the ball. Emerin and Arjung, it's actually an anti to be able to finish that one off onto Clash, and this is kind of what we've seen on this push so far. Kennesaw will get a good clear, maybe shut down Squeak as he gets a little bit too aggressive into that back line. They'll able to grab 60, 70 meters, and then the Saints hold them for another minute or two. Gonna have to see if they can secure this second point here. That's gonna be a big one for Kennesaw. It's gonna give that time bonus. It's gonna get you into that final stretch of the Blizzard Worlds here. Kezin, who's gonna win this fight? The Tracer v Tracer duel, 1 health on Crime. Does grab the health pack, is being chased down by Kezin, just using this movement as well as they can. But look how far back Crime was just chased out.
Yeah.
A while before he's back with the team.
That's definitely rough there for Crime. Looks like Squeak gonna try to take out this Kiriko. Able to take out Clash is what Emerald is able to do. Although Arjunk is collateral, ends up getting taken out there.
Somehow, no contestation on the payload itself. Kennesaw having a hard time really making it that far down the lane. Squeak has been sitting on these mines for a while as well. That's going to be a tough one for Kennesaw to actually finally break through. Now you can just play around this wall, not be worried about the Diva Bomb. Prototyper gets back in, but chunked down to half immediately before they can really even make any plays happen or put up that defense matrix. You're chunked down to half from behind. Squeak coming in. There's the knock-up to come through. Not going to drop the mines just yet. I'm waiting for him to click that ultimate button because that's going to be the decider, and that might be what can stall out this last minute 10 here necessary for the Saint. Nano overclock from Emerin. This is your time to shine. The right clicks are coming through. You find one. Can't finish off Kablooey there. Clash not going to fall. Crime finishing the job for Emerin, but Emerin, after 2 ultimates burn, both the Nano and the Overclock, you only find 1 off of it. You do stagger off a few spawns, but you're still looking at the Overclock available from Clash. You're looking at Kablooey there with the beat drop. Kennesaw still has a little bit of gas in the tank if they're able to make it up to that payload.
Yeah, Saints are doing a great job of keeping them off that payload. We're finally going to see those mines come through. Gonna take out Default, which is a great name, by the way.
Honestly.
And looks like Squeak gonna do more Squeak things, you know, just rolling around, doing little bits of damage here and there, and zoning them off.
Yeah, like I miss the part where, you know, you pick Hamster Ball, you get to fly around like it's Skate 3 or something.
Yeah.
Like, he's just never sitting there doing what you'd expect a tank to do. He's just flying around and then occasionally pulls out those machine guns to finish off a squishy Prototyper. He's actually going to drop the Diva Bomb there. Not going to find anyone. Squeak, not too much health to work with. Has to move out to this health pack. As long as you can contest this, as long as you can stop this point from happening, Saints, you're going to be feeling pretty good on Blizzworld, all things considered, especially after, realistically, they did give up the first point pretty early, and you've trunked down a lot of time now. You've brought it to overtime. Just have to win this fight. You've been able to do it for so long, so many fights straight you've been able to win. Now you find the 2 picks. That's going to be round 1 complete for the Saints.
Beautiful round there by the Saints, able to keep them off that payload for as long as possible. It's looking like, in this trajectory, Saints could 2-0 this.
I mean, remember what we saw on Rialto, though. Sometimes you just can't make it to that next tick. Sometimes it's just too hard in the end. Kennesaw really going to have to up their game here on defense. I mean, they did have a few very good team fights at the starting there, but I think once Squeak really started just doing what he wanted to do on the ball, Kennesaw didn't have an answer to it realistically, and every time they tried one of those game-changing ultimates, whether it be the Diva Bomb, whether it be even just a beat drop to come out to try and save the fight, it wasn't enough in the end. That's kind of just the issue.
Yeah. It's looking like this round we're going to see similar team comps. We're going to see Emerin on that Soldier, though, which is interesting because Soldier isn't as broken as he used to be.
I think there's still something to be said for the fact that, yeah, you're getting just straight-up hit scan shots. You're just playing an assault rifle where you're trying to track heads. You've got the heals for yourself as well. I think it still has all of the same tools. It's just, yeah, there's almost better options in a lot of comps now.
Yeah, for the most part. There's a hero that can do something a Soldier does, but better.
Mm-hmm.
But he's still pretty solid. Like, if you're good at aiming, I mean,
all you need to do is track, and sometimes you just see a soldier, next thing you know, you're like, hold on, I'm at 20 health. This guy's just domed me down after 3 headshots, and then you get right-clicked with the splash damage from those Helix rockets as well. Sometimes it's just too much to deal with, and of course, have a little bit of self-healing for yourself so you do help out the team. There's those Helix rockets to actually find the first blood of that game. Asleep to come down onto Squeak. Squeak, antied up. He is going to fall in the end to Kablooey. But that's tank down versus 2 down for the side of Kennesaw State. Clash going to be switching up to that Genji. That's going to be an interesting pick. I definitely want to see if this Genji can be what Kennesaw needs to really change the game here a little bit. The deflect shuts down Arjunk for a second there, but Clash has to retreat. You see the waves start to come through. There's something about the emotes in Overwatch that they shouldn't be BM, but they just feel like it.
Yeah, it just feels like it. But it's also all in good fun, right?
Hell, yeah,
So,
you're just saying hello.
yeah, exactly. It's like, it makes you, like, when somebody emotes me after they kill me, I get, like, mad, but also I have to laugh.
Yeah, you can't help but laugh, especially, like, you saw the one environmental kill in the earlier rounds, and you just toss a nice little wave. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
As they head out, 2v2 on the site here. 2 kills for 2, stuck up. Prototyper pops that defense matrix, is going to be knocked out, but Squeak getting pretty low themselves. Crime to finish off that tank, and now you get a really long push off of this one. You're almost going to be close to the win right now if you're the Saints. Kennesaw, this is it, really. This is your match. In the hands of the Saints right now, it's all up to this team fight. It's all up to this big defense right under the bridge.
Yeah, this team fight will definitely decide who will win this here. Squeak gonna roll on in here. Pulse Bomb is gonna get deflected, or not deflected, but ignored by Squeak. Mines go all over the place.
Yeah, they're up there on the bridges. They're down near the point, and that's all you needed. Not enough time to really work. Oh, no, not the C9 in the end. But, I mean, what can you do against... How do you stop the C9 if you try to go to that point and there's nothing but mines there? It's tough to try and work. Prototyper actually going to pick up the play of the game here on the Diva. This was actually... I do remember this play. Prototyper went absolutely insane and was just right up in the close range where you want to be, considering Diva's got that unlimited ammo. And yeah, you knock one off, you get right up into Redix's face as well and get the damage you need. But 2-0, now that's going to be 5-1 for the Saints here as we move past this round in Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming. It's been a great day of Overwatch today. Much longer best of 3 at the starting than I expected, considering those control rounds went all the way almost to double, triple overtime as it kept coming down. But a much more swift one here up against Kennesaw State. The Saints not finding as much resistance on Blizzworld as I think we expected, especially after that first round. It seems like Kennesaw really came out with the aggression, and they were able to pick up that first point, but the Saints kind of just got their act together. Squeak said, okay, I'm just going to get back down to basics, get back down to this ball game plan, and really shut down the back line. That's exactly what he did. I think there wasn't a moment where that Cassidy from the side of Kennesaw or that Lucio, whoever it may be, was just knocked up, wondering where they were going to be, where they were going to land as they're just flying around. But that's going to be 2-0 in this round.
Yeah, beautiful games today, especially this last one here. It was the C9. I was not expecting. We were just casting it, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh, I guess the game's over.
Yeah,
like,
I guess that's the contestation. I mean, that's what happens. And it's almost like the ball as well can sometimes just force the C9, both with the mines there, and it's almost like everything he does in that ball form, that grappling hook form, it just ends up feeling like you're getting booped by a Lucio, and you're just flying around the map, getting knocked away every which way, and that ball just really showing its value. And it's interesting because we just didn't see the ball like almost at all before some of these changes, and now it's just that pick that is just so awesome. But
yeah.
I think that's going to be it for us today. We're going to wrap up here in just a few seconds. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for rounds 5 and 6 of this Collegiate Overwatch Championship. Saints ending the day 5-1 after a loss to Harrisburg University and a victory up against Kennesaw State. Don't forget about No Man's Land coming up next weekend. You can find that on start.gg/NMLXV 2023. Make sure you get your registrations in for that. There's a bunch of open games available for registration there. We're going to have vendors as well. Amanda, you're going to be around there at one of the vendor tables as well. But we're going to send it off now. Get ready to wrap up. Shout out to Matthias on the graphics. Alex over there doing the observing, even if that first game might have been tough to observe there in the end. And Ryan, of course, holding it down on the director's side as always. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Amanda, for joining me here today for this cast. It's been an awesome day. I think that's about it. Everyone, you have yourself an awesome Saturday night.